Alright, so I'm going to do another philosophical movie for you right now. I'm going to discuss the movie of The Wackness. I don't know if that's how popular it is, I'm not sure. But I first saw that movie when I was first taking philosophy classes at the university, and the ethics professor that I had, the ethical theory was actually about ethical theory. However, my intro to ethics professor was not a regular professor. Um, his name was Dr. Blizek, and he would basically show movies throughout the whole semester. And movies had something about ethical character behind them. And basically, I want to talk about The Wackness. The Wackness was one of the movies I saw. A couple of the movies I saw, there was the Unthinkable. What was some other ones? There's a few other ones, but one was like Paradise something. It had Vince Vaughn in it. I had a bunch of movies I saw in that class, but pretty much you had to like write a paper um, about the character. I guess for him, everything was about ethical character rather than about ethical theory. So, The Wackness is a movie that has Josh Peck in it. Josh Peck is the guy who was on the Nickelodeon TV show Drake and Josh. When I was young, I watched that. I did. Josh Peck is basically a weed dealer in New York City in the 90s, back when um, Biggie was popular. Um, you know, he basically went around selling weed, and he had this psychiatrist, um, and basically he would get therapy from this shrink, and then he gave weed to the shrink in payment. And this shrink had a daughter who he met and he became friends with, but then had was very infatuated with her. And basically he goes and he becomes friends with the shrink. I can't remember what his name is. And he becomes friends with him. He drinks with him. He does drugs with him later. And I guess both Luke Shapiro is the Josh Peck name, and Doctor something, I forget what the shrink's name is. They both are having a similar thing about their lives, which Luke called it Wackness, which I'll kind of explain a little bit here. And there is, I don't really see a whole lot of ethical stuff behind that, so I'm not even sure why my professor showed that in the class way back when. Not even sure. I mean, I see an existentialist concept of the Wackness here. That's what I get out of it. Basically, Luke and the shrink's daughter, they do get together, and they are a thing for a little while. Then she kind of abandons him. She's kind of that girl who isn't going to be with any guy long. And basically, when he goes off to college, she doesn't really want anything to do with him. And then he kind of goes off to the beach, I think, with the psychiatrist, and they kind of go on a big drug bender together, because they're both going through similar life issues, which they think about. Well, at least Luke thinks about it as The Wackness. I think it's an awesome movie. I do watch it. I do watch it a good amount. Um, but you know, it's a really good movie though. Um, but the Wackness, is a concept that is about life. I think that is what Luke is talking about. That he kind of focuses on the Wackness about things, about how things are messed up. And sorry. He focuses on how things are basically messed up. And the psychiatrist is in a similar position. The problem with the psychiatrist is that he is with this woman that he was married to, and I don't. The shrink's daughter is not really his daughter, but it's his wife's daughter, so it's sort of his stepdaughter. But he's with this woman, and he's in basically a unhappy marriage, and they don't really do anything fun. And the woman doesn't really want to, and he's in a very difficult state of life as well. And Luke is in a very difficult state of life because a lot of shit going on with his parents and how they can pay the rent and stuff like that, and all about how he really has feelings for this girl, and she really isn't responding to them, even though he leaves her numerous messages over payphone, and so they both go on this drug bender, mostly pills, really, and the shrink goes out into the water, and he Dr. Squires is his name, and he goes out into the water trying to kill himself, and Luke gets him, but they're both kind of focusing on this concept of the Wackness. It's kind of a lot about how Luke can't get any women. I guess the whole is a big part of his issue. They both kind of have that about how Dr. Squires is in a unhappy marriage, and how Luke can't even find any girls to want to be with him. I guess in a sexual way, but they're both kind of sitting there, high as fuck, just thinking about thinking about their lives, and it's kind of interesting, I guess, that there is a existentialist concept of the Wackness that is in this world and is in lives, and more existentialist philosophers like Sartre or Camus or de Beauvoir would probably call it more like an ambiguity or absurdity, because there's not a whole lot of meaning behind it, and a lot of bad shit happens to you, and you don't know fucking why. You don't fucking know why at all. So that's kind of the main thing in the movie. It's one of my favorite movies. I have it on Amazon. It's a video, and I pretty much watch it a lot. Well, not a lot. I watch it at least once a month. I have a lot of movies on there that I watch at least once a month. One of them is the movie called Belly, which has DMX in it, and it's a gangster movie that I do love the movie. So I'll do more videos about movies, including many of the ones that are in my Amazon Instant Video, and that I just watch pretty much constantly. So let me know your thoughts on this, if you've seen it, and if you haven't seen it, give it a watch. I think it's worth your time. I think it came out in like 2008, maybe 2009. Yeah.